All right, all right. We it looks like we going live. Let me double check to see if you can hear me. You can hear me say something in the chat. If you can
I
hear
can
me
hear
say something in the chat. Okay, so you can hear me. All right, okay, okay. Welcome, welcome, Queen. Let me I see we got a couple more people logging on. Oh, okay, hold on, hold on. I'm getting text messages. Everybody telling me they on their way. We ain't gonna hold up. We're gonna give a few more people a couple of minutes to get on, and then we're gonna get into it. We're gonna I'm real excited today. I'm using a whole new platform that I haven't used before, and I'm getting ready to see what it do. How you doing today, King?
I'm doing good.
Well, good. That's good. That's good. All right, so okay, we got Stephanie in the house. How you doing, Queen? All right, so look, okay. Everybody coming in, everybody coming in. We're gonna talk about money today. Today we're gonna talk about money. We're gonna talk about wealth. We're gonna talk about what our four financial challenges are that's holding us back from achieving wealth. All right. So it's 2 minutes after. I'm gonna give the rest of them about 2 more minutes, and then we're gonna get on. We're gonna get on into it. I hope everybody knows that 2021 they've already determined that we're going to face a recession. It's already out there that we're going to go through a recession. Then when you look at the situation with the coronavirus, that's already setting us up for it. All right, so here we go. We can ready to go ahead and get started. All right, so can you see the screen? Can y'all see the screen? Wealthy mindset.
Yes, I can see it.
All right, so here we go. Here we go. So first things first, right? Before I start any training or giving out any information, I like to get everybody in a wealthy mindset. So tonight, what we're going to discuss is the top four root causes of poverty in America. Where is your money going? But first, I got to talk about who this presentation is for and who it's not for. Now, number one, this presentation isn't for someone who feels like money is the root to all evil. Money ain't the root to all evil. But if money was a woman and you said that money was the root to all evil, and you told that woman she's the root to all evil, you're going to repel that woman. Don't no woman never want a man to say she's the root to all evil. So she's going to stay far away from him. So that's what happens. You repel money when you say money is the root to all evil. Number two, who is not for? Someone who feels like money can't make you happy. Number one, money can't make you happy. You're supposed to make you happy. But I never been sad with money. Understand something. Wealth and depression don't go hand in hand. Wealth and depression don't go hand in hand. Wealthy people who are depressed, they either go broke or they kill themselves. So you don't live and be wealthy and depressed. So this presentation isn't for someone who feels like money can't make them happy, because money shouldn't make you happy. You should make you happy. But if you got enough money so your mama ain't got to work, shouldn't that make you happy? If you got enough money so you can provide a good life for your children, shouldn't that make you happy? If you got enough money where you can put some shoes on some homeless people, put some clothes on somebody's back, shouldn't that make you happy? The problem is money can't make you happy because you're not using it to edify or help other people. You're using it for yourself. And that's selfishness. And selfishness would never breed happiness. It's not for someone who's okay with working for money instead of having money work for you. See, some people got a job and they okay with the job. They happy. You know, I'm comfortable. My bills are paid. The dogs are off my back. I'm good. So for those kind of people who are okay with that, you ain't got to stick around. You can go ahead. You can go. I can guarantee you this, though. You'll never work your way to wealth. Who else is now for? Someone who thinks with a poverty or scarcity mindset. Now, what is that? A poverty or scarcity mindset is a either or type of mindset. Either I help my sister or I pay my rent. Either I buy my wife something nice or I got to pay my phone bill. Either or. I want some bubble gum, that's $5. I want some soda pop, that's $5. But all I got is $5. So what do? You pick between either or. But a wealthy mindset says, if I only got $5 and I want 2 items that cost $5, I'm going to take my $5. I'm going to go buy me a case of water, sell my water for $1 a bottle. I'm going to make 12, buy bubble gum with 5, soda pop with 5, and pocket 2. See, that's a wealthy mindset. But a poverty and scarcity mindset is in a mindset of lack. We don't have, I don't have, I ain't got it. You ever try to borrow some money from somebody? I ain't got it. I ain't nowhere this week. Get back at me check day. We ain't got access to no funds. So people who have those kind of mindset, a poverty mindset, money is the root of all evil. Money can't make you happy. Those are the kind of people that I don't like to be around or do business with, because you create a bad aura with money and you repel money. And I'm trying to build wealth, which means I need to be able to attract it. Now, who is this presentation for? Someone who wants to repair their current financial situation. We got someone who's behind. You know, their credit is messed up a little bit, finances a little bit short, check to check, and they want to repair that. This is for you. Someone who wants to expand their current financial situation. Some people are good financially. They're not living check to check. They're making ends meet, but they want to go to the next level because they understand that you can't work your way to wealth. Who else is this for? Someone who wants to learn how to give their money a job and quit your own. See, I employ my dollars. Every dollar I make, I give it a job. See, you can never outwork money, and you will never build wealth if you don't ever learn how to stop working for money and put money to work for you. So if you want to learn how to put money to work for you, this is the right place. Someone who's willing to make the sacrifice needed to invest in themselves. So you got to be willing to invest in yourself. But see, we'll buy Jordans, right? But we won't invest in Jordan stock. We'll buy $800, $700 iPhones, but we won't invest in Apple. We'll buy tech, but we won't invest in tech. See, that's backwards. You'll never build wealth like that. You got to have, so invest in anything you spend your money on. That's the easiest thing you can do. For the record, I'm not a investment broker, so I ain't giving you no financial advice. I'm a financial educator. I would invest what I do. I invest in anything I spend my money on. So you got to be willing to invest in yourself to expand what you want to do. So this is who the presentation is for and who it's not for. If you fall on the left side, you can go. If you fall on the right side, stick around. Let's get it. All right, so who am I? My name is Brother Bernard. I'm the CEO and founder of Acres of Diamonds Financial Services. It's a company that specializes in the financial education and personal development and entrepreneurship training for communities and families. Because I grew up in a poverty-stricken community, because I grew up eating mayonnaise sandwich, because I grew up eating syrup sandwich, because I grew up drinking sugar milk, which my daughter thought was all disgusting. Daddy, how could you eat a mayonnaise sandwich? What is a mayonnaise sandwich? Daddy, how could you drink sugar milk? What is sugar milk? See, I didn't always have all three. When I grew up, I didn't always have all three. I didn't always have cereal, milk, and sugar. I didn't always have bologna, bread, and mayonnaise. So I had to make do with what I have. So my whole goal now is to help as many people and families that I can get on the road to financial freedom. Because the fastest way to wealth is to help as many people you know get wealthy. Now, how do I do that? I have 9 wealth building strategies: financial literacy, tax minimization, debt elimination, credit education, entrepreneurship, business income, investment income, real estate income, family financial freedom. These are the 9 steps that I took to put myself as the first man in my family to be financially free, the first man in my family to be debt free, the first man in my family to have over $1 million of asset, and the first man in my family to reach the millionaire status point by following these 9 steps blueprint roadmap. So what we're going to discuss today we're going to talk about your financial freedom countdown. It's all about uncovering your 4 financial challenges, discovering your 3 financial solutions, meeting your 2 financial objectives through the #1 company. Now, what's that going to be? Wealthy mindset #1. I want everybody to put in the chat one thing that wealthy people do that unwealthy or broke people don't do. Just put one thing in the chat. You ain't got to do 5. I want you to think about one thing. See, so if you think about something that wealthy people do, this is going to help you to be in a wealthy mindset. So as we're going through this presentation, you're going to think with a wealthy mindset and not a poverty mindset. And I'm going to show you why it's important to have a wealthy mindset. Wealthy people think, act, and do things differently. Number one, poverty-minded people think day to day. Poor-minded people think week to week. Middle-class people think month to month. See, so if you pay this month's bills with money you made this month, then you're middle class. And middle class just means you one layoff away from poverty. See, middle class people don't go from middle class to poor. When middle class people get laid off, they go from middle class to poverty because everything falls apart. Rich people think year to year. Affluently rich people think decade to decade. Remember this right here. Wealthy people think generation to generation. Now, how many people on this webinar tonight have plans for their great-great-grandchildren? How many actually know what your great-great-grandchildren are going to do? See, that's how wealthy people think. They think generation to generation. So here's 5 wealth building disciplines, things that all wealthy people have in common. Number 1, entrepreneurship. They own businesses and or business systems. You can't work your way to wealth. You gotta have a business. You gotta be an entrepreneur or have multiple business systems working in conjunction with each other to build wealth. See, I was unfortunately, I couldn't reach $100,000 a year job. So you know what I did? I built me 5 businesses that brought me in $20,000 a year. That was easier. I have 5 small businesses that all generated $20,000 a year for me, which gave me $100,000 a year. And that opened up my whole road to financial freedom. Number 2, they leverage the tax codes, the number 1 wealth building tool in the world. I'm going to show you why, so stick around. But all wealthy people leverage the tax code. I remember looking at the Ray Charles movie. Way back in the Ray Charles movie, his manager said, Ray, you know you're making more money. You're in a higher tax bracket. We need to find a strategy to lower how much you're going to pay in taxes. Even back then, they understood that. Number 3, minimize personal debt. It's hard to build wealth drowning in personal debt. You can't build and destroy. You can't build wealth and you leaking dollars at the same time. That's not going to happen. That's like blowing air in a balloon that got a hole in the other side. So you got to minimize your personal debt. One of the things that I did, I buy properties and I get my credit cards in my business name. So my business accumulate the debt, but my personal debt is 0. Number 4, credit education. Learn to buy assets with other people's money. Now, this is what I love. I call leveraging debt to build wealth, right? So what I did is I had a credit card, $2,000 credit card. I took that credit card and I spent $19.99 on it, and I bought an online course, right? This course was going to teach me how to build an online store. I studied this course for 2 weeks hard. That last week, I worked the course, and in that 4th week, I made $5,000 from that course. I took $2,000, paid the credit card off, and pocket $3,000. I leveraged that to build wealth. The $1 million house I bought a couple of weeks ago, not with my money, because I didn't have $1 million. I used other people's money to buy that property. I leveraged that to build wealth. That's one of the things that wealthy people do. They buy property, they build wealth with other people's money. And number 5, investment education. How to get your money to make money. You will never be able to outwork money. Money don't need a day off. Money don't need a break. Money don't need a sick day. Until you learn how to give your money a job and let your money begin to work for you, you will never be able to achieve wealth. So if you don't have these 5 wealth disciplines working for you, you will never be able to achieve wealth no other way. Now, what's the problem? Who's taking your money? Taxes are your biggest expense. You don't have no expense that's bigger than taxes. 80% of American taxpayers overpay their taxes on an average of $2,126, according to the IRS. But Uncle Sam don't pay interest on refunds. I'm going to show you. Now, there's two tax systems. It's not black or white. It's not rich or poor. It's employees, W-2 workers, and business owners, 1099. That's it. We got to stop thinking it's some big conspiracy. So we got to stop thinking Trump and all the rich and all the white people are beating us down and they got some old tax break that we don't have access to. No, the tax system is W-2 and business owners, employees and business owners. Now, look at the employee rule. Job only tax rule. I work, I'm taxed, I spend. And you get zero tax deductions. Now, when you look at your paycheck, which thank God I ain't had a paycheck in about 8-10 years. So you look at your paycheck, at the top of it is what? The gross. That's the gross or the net. The gross. At the bottom is the net. The gross is what you made. The net is what you take home. What happens in the middle? You get taxed. So that's your rule. Your rule is I work, I'm taxed, I spend. Now, as a business owner, the rule is I work, I spend, then I get taxed. I get taxed on what's left over. Now, the benefit from that is you get taxed on the least amount of money. So you made a 100,000 on this side, you get taxed on 100,000. But you made 100,000 on this side and you spent 95,000. You're only going to be taxed on 5,000. And then on top of that, you're going to get a 20% business tax deduction. See, so once you understand the two tax systems and you know how to leverage them to your advantage, you'll build wealth. Now, here we go. I'm going to give you a prime example. Stick around for this. On September 26, 2016, the first presidential debate was held between Trump and Hillary Clinton. Hillary said, Trump, you pay zero for taxes. You pay zero for troops, zero for vets, zero for schools. You pay zero for healthcare. Trump said, hey, that makes me smart. See, that makes me smart. We use certain laws that are there, taking advantage of the laws of the nation. Now, if you want to change the laws, you've been there a long time, change the laws, but I take advantage of the laws of the nation. See, he utilizing the laws. He ain't doing nothing slick. So now, check this out. Here's the timeline of how Jeff Bezos used the tax breaks to become the richest man in the world. 2017, Amazon paid $1.1 billion in federal taxes, 533 million state taxes. 2016, who's the richest man? Bill Gates. 2017, Amazon made $5.6 billion, paid zero taxes, and got a $789 million tax break. Who's the richest man? Jeff Bezos. You see what happened? Then what happened in 2018? Bezos, they made $11.2 billion and paid zero taxes. Same thing in 2019. They made $11 billion in profits, paid zero taxes. So what does this tell you? It tells you that the richest president in American history pays zero in taxes. The richest man in the world pays zero in taxes and became the richest man in the world. And these are billionaires. But we sitting here making 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 a year and getting taxed on every dollar that we get. Think about that. See this book? In this book, Trump says, I fight like HELL to pay as little in taxes as I can. He said, because I'm a businessman and that's what I should do. Now, how many times have you said that? I'm going to fight like HELL to pay as less as I can in taxes legally. All right, so here we go. I know everybody heard of tax evasion. Willie Nelson, Lauryn Hill, Wesley Snipes. But have you heard of tax avoidance? Now, here we go. Tax evasion is the illegal non-payment or underpayment of taxes. It just simply means you make 10 million, but you tell the IRS you only made 1 million. You lie. Now, check this out. Tax avoidance is the arrangement of one's financial affairs to minimize your tax liability within the law. You see that? That is the difference. Tax avoidance is to use the tax codes and laws to your advantage to lower your taxable amount of income. See? That's what Donald Trump did. He used the laws to lower his taxable amount of income legally. All right. Now, a bill versus expense. Now, you have to think about terminology and perception. Terminology and perspective. From this perspective, a bill is any amount of money that's owed for supplies of goods rendered. Anything you pay for, like electricity, rent, phone, meals, clothes, your children. That's a bill, because from that perspective, that terminology is it's a bill because you want it. From the perspective of a business owner or an expense, it's the same thing. You want rent, electricity, phone, internet, meals, clothes, but you require it for your business. Like I required electricity in my whole house just so I can sit in one room and do this webinar. I required internet in my whole house just so I can sit in this one room and do this webinar. So now, because I did this webinar, now I get to write off 100% of my electricity. I get to write off at least 30% of no more, about 45% of my utilities, because I use over 45% of my home for business purposes. So the difference between a bill and an expense is you can't write a bill off because that's something that you need for yourself. But you can write an expense off because it's something that you need to service or to help others. Now, the tax codes aren't racist. Maybe some of the wealthy people use them to their advantage, but so what? Do the same. Use the codes to your advantage and build wealth for your family. So, how would you like to see how your family can become millionaires in 2 generations? I'm going to show you how your family can become millionaires in 2 generations. Watch this. Now, this is straight from the IRS, the big refund, right? In the yellow, it says more than 101 million taxpayers got refunds. That's 80%. The average refund was $2,126. But where does your refund come from? It comes from your wallet or your purse when you tell your employer how much to withhold from your paycheck. See, now when you look at it in green, it says for the average refund, that's about $40 a week too much. Uncle Sam telling you that when you get a refund, that means you paid too much money. But look at the pink part. He says, but Uncle Sam doesn't pay interest on refunds. Now, I'm going to show you what he means by he don't pay interest. So what happens is that means you're going to loan me $100. I'm going to take your 100, make $1 million, and then give you back 40. I don't even give you back your whole 100, not alone give you some of that $1 million I made. But Uncle Sam give you the best piece of advice he can give you in yellow. Putting the money in any type of savings account or paying down debts might be a better option. Let me show you what that looks like. Now, you look at this slide. He said on average it's $40 a week too much. What if you invested $50 a week of your money for 18 years, right? You get a 12% interest rate. By the time your child turns 18, your child got $166,000 waiting for him, right? But you only actually put in $46,000. You see that 119? That 119 is the interest that you lost, that Uncle Sam says he don't pay interest on. That's what you missed out on. Now, here's the messed up part about it. Had you did this right, your baby is 18 years old, starting off with $166,000, right? They're going to take 50 by $80,000 house because cash is king. Then they're going to take 10 by a $15,000 car. Then take another 50 and buy a business. Now, I started 4 small businesses with under $1,200 each. Imagine what you can do with $50,000, right? So now your baby got a business, a house, a car, debt-free, got a financial education. Why would they need to go enlist in the military? Why would they need to go to college to get a degree just to go work for somebody else? Why would they need to get a job? They starting their life off on the good foot. So now what is your child going to do? Your child is going to do the same thing that you did. Now your child is going to invest $1,000 a week for 18 years for your grandbaby. Now look at that. Your grandbaby is going to have $3.5 million. In 2 generations, you created millionaires from a $50 investment. But look, Your daughter or son only invested $90,000. $2.5 million came from interest. This is what we're talking about. This is how you're losing your money by not taking advantage of the tax system and the tax codes. You are killing your generational wealth. But wealthy people think generation to generation. So when they do this, this is how they build family money. This is how they build long money. All right. So now let's cover your 4 financial challenges. Your 4 financial challenges. Number 1, inflation. Inflation is a silent killer. Why? Because bread go up 3 cents. Eggs go up 2 cents. Milk go up 5 cents. And you never know about it. But you know what don't go up? Your pay don't go up. They used to give a cost of living raise once upon a time. They don't even do that. So as bread goes up, gas goes up, cheese goes up, milk goes up, your pay can't keep up. The only way you can keep up with inflation is to be a business owner or real estate. Because see, so when the gas people charge more for the gas to bring it over, and then the gas station charge you more for the gas, then the people that deliver produce at Walmart charge more, then Walmart raise their prices more, then what you do is go back to your own business and charge more for your products and services. See, so now you're keeping up with inflation. Or if you got real estate, I just did a lease, and what I didn't know is that they automatically include in a lease a cost of living increase in the rent they charge you. It's already in the lease. So you can pay more in rent and don't even know it because the cost of living went up. See, business ownership in real estate keeps you on the right side of inflation. Number 2, taxes. Chainsaw massacre. First 1/3 of your money. What happens? You work, you get taxed, then you get what's left over. How you make your money determines how you will be taxed, because there's 2 separate tax systems for business owners and for employees. So as long as you make your money as an employee, you're going to get chopped up. Why? Because business owners rule the world. Small businesses power the economy. So they're going to reward us for that. Like I got solar panels. I'm getting solar panels installed on my house. I'm already looking at the tax breaks. Being married, you get tax breaks. So when you do what the government wants you to do, you get rewarded. So you got to play the ball. You got to play the game. Look at our president. Our president is a business owner. America is a corporation. Why you think, what's the big 3 sports in America? Baseball, football, and basketball. Why soccer isn't big in America? You know why? Because America can't control soccer. So soccer is big around the world. So America says, since we can't control it, we don't want nothing to do with it. And soccer is a great sport to put your child in. What's challenge number 3? Debt, the family curse. Why is it called a curse? Because a sin is something that you do, but a curse is something that's passed on to you. See, and debt can be passed on from generation to generation, like wealth can be passed on from generation to generation. Debt take the second 1/3 of your money because we socially conditioned to chase the American dream. We'll graduate, go to school, work, graduate, get the white picket fence, buy a house. Why would you buy a house if your house ain't making you no money? See, a house is either a liability or asset. Liabilities take money out your pocket. Assets put money in your pocket. So if you're not running a home-based business or nothing like that out of your house, then your house is costing you money. Oh, go get a house. Don't pay nobody else's mortgage. Now, let me tell you what I did. I rented, and I was buying property in New Jersey. And I was still renting, and I was buying property, fixing flips, refinances, buying property. I bought one property, fixed it, flipped it, bought another property, fixed and flipped it, bought another property, rented it out, bought another one, rented it out, bought another one, rented it out. And then I bought me a house that cost cheaper than the houses that I was renting out. All the houses I rent out and do business with cost over $400,000. My house, only $150,000. And I ain't ashamed of it. So I pay my mortgage with money I make from one of my rental properties. I'm living rent free. I'm living mortgage free. My house becomes an asset because 5 out of the 10 rooms and living spaces in my home is used for recording, studio, business purposes, and training. See, so debt can be passed on if we don't understand how to not chase the American dream. So now, because you can't keep up with inflation, you fall behind financially. Then you get cut up with taxes. So then what happens? You got to get a loan. You got to get a loan. You got to get a bank loan, an auto loan, educational loan. Got to get a loan for everything. Your lack of money costs you money because you got to pay an interest rate on that money. What's the fourth? Big business, the money trap. That takes the final third of your money because we have a poor financial IQ. Yeah, you know what? Let me tell you something. I don't got nothing against a college degree. I applaud everybody that have a degree. But let me give you some real talk. For those on the webinar who know me personally, right? Let me explain something to you. It took me 5 times to pass the GED. 5 times to pass the GED. I had dyslexia. I had no financial education. I could barely read or write. When I say 5 times, that's because I came up with a strategy. What did I do? I just took one subject at a time. Back in the day, you could just take one subject at a time. I take one subject, I study all year long for one subject, pass it, and then they be like, well, don't you got to do the other? I'm like, no, I see you next year. Then I come back next year, do the second subject. They're like, hey, you got to do the other stuff. No, I see you next year. That's what I kept doing to pass it. I have no financial, no education, no degree. I had a 500 credit score, and I had a felony conviction. You know what don't matter when you're a boss? Your criminal background, your educational background, or your credit score. Not one time have I been asked what's my credit score or my criminal background. When I go do my deals and I put on my suits, don't nobody ask me none of that. Why? Because when you're a boss, it don't matter. A college degree only makes you a highly qualified employee. Now, let me pull an H. Cortez and rewind that. A college degree only makes you a highly qualified employee. It doesn't make you a boss. Now, here's what happens. Big business and the government both benefit from you not having a financial education. Why? Because it makes more working tax-paying employees. You see, so I get tax breaks. Why? Because I bring you to the table. So the government say, hey, we're going to let you slide because you got a crew with you. So all my employees get taxed. So you pay the taxes on top of the fact that corporations get employees who don't understand the system, don't have a financial education, and then we're going to shop till we drop. We're going to shop for everything. What's January, New Year's sale, back to school sale, Mother's Day sale, Father's Day sale. Oh, wait, what about Thanksgiving? Brown Thursday, Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday. They bust your head with a sale every month of the year, and we participate in that nonsense. And now we're even more broke. So until you're able to overcome all 4 of these financial challenges, you will never be able to achieve wealth. So you will never get wealthy if you can't keep up with inflation, stop overpaying the taxes, being buried in debt, and having too many unnecessary expenses. Now, what's the problem? Can anybody agree that overpaying the taxes is a problem? After you see what I just showed you, how the wealthiest president in American history, the richest man in American history and in the world, pay 0 taxes and they are billionaires, and you who make $30,000 to $40,000 a year, you getting cut up in taxes. Would you say that overpaying in taxes is a problem? Would you say that not having enough money at the end of the month is a problem? Would you say that credit issues is a problem? Debt holding you down? No generational wealth building plan. No plan for your great-grandchildren not to work. I got plans for all of mine. I got plans for my great-great-great-great-grandbabies. I'm going to make sure my name live on. Now, how many people can honestly say you have a plan in place for your great-grandchildren? You can't have a plan in place because you're just trying to be able to make it from tomorrow. Now, if you think education is expensive, try financial ignorance. See how much that will cost you. How much did it cost you not knowing about the tax system? How much that cost you? All right, now here is 3 solutions. 3 financial solutions. Number 1, cash flow management. I work, I'm taxed, I spend. So if that's how you make your money from a job, that's your tax rule. I work, I'm taxed, I spend. You're going to be taxed at 28 to 33%. So now to fix that, the first thing you got to do is minimize your taxes by correcting your withholdings. According to the IRS, as I showed you before, 80% of tax-paying Americans have their W-4 filled out incorrectly. I've been getting phone calls for the past 2 weeks now because according to the new W-4, people now are messing up and more money is being taken out their checks. So now they need more help. The next thing you have to do is begin to minimize your debt. Lower your debt. Listen to what I'm telling you. I own houses that cost 3-4 times more than the house I live in. So that allows me to live in my house free. I don't think you understand what it means to be debt free. I only been debt free 2 times in my life. Once when I came out the womb, the second time when I came out of prison until they gave me credit cards. So now to be 44 and to be debt free, they will never get a hold of me again. And I'm going to tell you something. It's sweet when you debt free. You know why? Because they keep giving me more credit cards. So when they pull my credit report, right, they see I have no debt, but I got $80,000 worth of credit cards, access to credit cards. That means I can live 2-3 years off of credit. You got to understand the importance of being debt free. So once you minimize your taxes, correct your W-4, minimize your debt, use your tax savings to begin to pay off your debt so you're not paying for the house and the car 2-3 times, track your expenses, then you get to increase your credit score. When you increase your credit score, you get a better interest rate on everything. My insurance premium is about 0 because I'm almost at an 800 credit score. My utilities, my mortgages, everything is about at a 0. It's sweeter on the other side. Why? Because people with good credit, they believe you are honest people, whether you are or not. What's the second thing you do? So then you take that extra money, then you start building you some business income. Why? Because the rule is business works, business spend, business tax. Then you get taxed at 18 to 23%. Now that's what happens. It's not that big business get tax breaks. It's just that big business get to spend all their money before they tax. That's all. It's not that they're using loopholes. They're using the laws to their advantage. Because we don't know the laws, we can't use them to our advantage. What do business ownership do? It gives you financial freedom. It gives you control and owned income, unlimited residual income, leverage income, and it allows you to beat inflation and show your children a different way besides college, military, job, and the prison, which all equate to slavery. Now, don't take that the wrong way. I take my hat off to all the men and women that served in the military because unfortunately, I couldn't. I would have, but I couldn't. I commend anybody that went to college and got a degree and anybody that worked a job because Lord knows I worked a job. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. And when I was in Baltimore, you better been able to outdig a Mexican to keep a job. So I outdug them. That's how I got big. Prison. I made 85 cents a day in prison. 85 cents a day. So all of those equate to a form of slavery. But now when you have a business, you create an asset that you can pass on to your children. You can't pass your job on to your children. You can put a good word in for them. I got that from H. Cortez. Say you can put a good word in for them. You can't pass your job on to them. But now with business ownership, you teach them pride of ownership, family legacy. Then you get to show them how to write off all their expenses, all their utilities. I pay my children. My children get a pay wage every month, twice a month, $500 every 2 weeks from my businesses, and I write it off on my taxes. Now you take that extra disposable income that you have and get business investments. Why? Because money works. Money reinvested, money get taxed the least. Money get taxed at 10%. Now look how crazy that is, right? People working for money get taxed more than money working for money. You see how crazy that is? But now when you got investment income, you got compound interest. You got business residual royalties. Like you get royalties from a song or music, you get business residual royalties, dividends, capital gains, and your money can work 24/7 along with time freedom. I don't think you understand how good it feels to be able to be home with my babies every day, to be able to travel with my children every day. Then when you get some real estate, some fix and flips, wholesales, multi-family units, and land banking is beautiful. That's buying land in the path of growth. That's buying land before they get there. That's like running to first base and you got the ball waiting for the guy to come because you know he got to come there. It's an automatic out. Bam, you good. That's buying land before they get to it, buying it at cheap price, $50, $40, $100. And then when they get there, the value of it doubles, triples, increase at all kind of levels. Now you can make you some money. Invest in yourself first. Buy gold. I buy gold. Why? Because it's not going to lose value. So I have grams of gold coming out of my bank account on auto pay every month. What? You can rent a room in the Trump Towers with some gold. And you need gold for the zombie apocalypse, because that green dollar, let me tell you something. Not to get off script, but I went to the ATM machine. First, I saw a news report talking about how the dollar was declining, right? The dollar is losing value, is declining, fiat money, all kind of stuff, right? I went to the ATM machine, got $500 out. I got $500 of new, crisp $20 bills. And I'm thinking, they just said the dollar is declining and losing value, and they still making them. Now, I know lots of you that went to the ATM machine and got brand new, crisp and clean $20 bills, even though the dollar is losing value. Private reserve account. That's helping you to become your own bank. Walt Disney did it. That's how he built Disney World, by being his own bank through insurance policies. Ray Kroc, the owner of McDonald's, he used private reserve banking to become his own bank, take a loan out from his own personal bank himself through universal insurance policies, and he paid the McDonald brothers off and bought them out, and then he named his mascot Ronald McDonald. See, these are the steps you got to take to begin to put yourself in a wealthy position. So now, what will they help you do? They will help you to achieve your 2 financial objectives. Now, what is your 2 financial objectives? Being able to pay for your current lifestyle. What is your current lifestyle? Your bills today. And how do you pay your bills today? How do you pay your lights, your rent? By working a job. So what's your second objective? To take care of yourself when you no longer work. Now, how do you supposed to take care of yourself when you no longer work? The government gave you something, Social Security. I get that little thing in the mail every so many years. Like, if you retire, you're going to get $500 a month for Social Security. So Social Security is no longer in existence for those in this generation. So we can discontinue that. What about corporations, pensions, 401? 401 is not the retirement. 401 is the tax code. See, terminology. 1099 tax code, Schedule C 1040. 401 is the tax code for where your money is being put. Now, let me share. I ain't give you no investment advice, but I'm gonna tell you what I would do if I had a job. If my company was not matching what I was putting in that 401, I would not put $1 into that 401 and let them and some other company do what they want with my money. I will put my money in a vehicle that's going to outpace inflation, that I have access to, and I can take my money out of anytime I want to. That's why you need a private reserve account. So now, how are you going to take care of yourself in your future lifestyle? From your investments. So here we go. Now, who has the #1 company and product that helps you to do all that? Making Wealth Real Financial. And what is it called? The Financial Edge membership. They have something called Money Max, what helps you to minimize your taxes and give you access to experts. In order to build wealth, you got to have a team of experts. What LeBron do? When LeBron don't got a team of experts, what he do? He jumped ship. He left Cleveland, went to Miami. Why? Because he wanted a team of experts. When they wasn't doing what he needed them to do, what did he do? Jumped ship, went back to Cleveland. When they didn't do what he needed them to do, he jumped ship again and went to Miami, because he's smart enough to surround himself with a winning team of experts. Credit Max. Once again, I showed you how important credit is. Credit restoration is vital to you being able to use other people's money to leverage debt to build wealth. Equity Max. You want to eliminate your debt. You can't build wealth and leak money at the same time. And Wealth Max. That's how you get access asset creations and private reserve accounts, where you can become your own bank. You can invest in your own bank and withdraw and take a loan out from your own bank and pay the interest back to yourself, and not Wall Street. Now, here's the tax strategy. Get your pens and paper, stick around. Stick around for this strategy that I'm getting ready to show you. It's free. I'm going to give you this for free. You can cash at me if you want to. So first, here's the top 10 tax deductions for a tax strategy. Number 10, guard dog, aka your house dog. The cost of feeding, housing, veterinary fees for your guard dog. Now, your dog don't have to have any special training, no special name, no special size, no special certificates. All you have to do is track the expense as guard dog. Number two, bank fees, overdraft fees, ATM fees. They are tax deductible. You can write them off. Bible study, Girl Scouts, doctor visits. Lord knows I gotta take my children to gym, dance. You get to write all them activities off the gas mileage. Number seven, child wages, $12,600 a year per child, thanks to POTUS 45 DT. You get to pay your children that amount of money per year and write it off as a business expense. The best part about it is children can't have a bank account without you on it. So what does that mean? That means that when you pay it to them, it comes back to your house. That's a tax strategy. Number six, meals, 50% of your meals. I don't celebrate Christmas, but let's just say you celebrate Christmas, right? You got turkey, you got ham, you got all that stuff. You got everything, right? All the family over there eating Christmas dinner, right? So what you do is you put a poster up on the wall, right? Advertising some of your business services. Have a couple of people in the family stand over there by the poster. Say, Cheese, take a quick picture of them, right? Now you write your whole Christmas dinner off as a business expense. The IRS ain't gonna say, well, how you got steak and chicken and hens and you writing it off as a business expense? You don't gotta serve finger food for a business meeting. You ain't gotta serve pizza. Do they do that at the White House? Do they serve finger food at the White House as a business expense? No, they give them a whole shindig. Bam, vehicle expenses, gas miles, repairs, internet, telephone, utilities, mortgage. Now, do you use any of this stuff and is it not being wrote off on your taxes? If it's not, you need to fire the person that do your taxes. Now, this is what you need. You need, before you do your taxes, you should be giving the person that do your taxes something like this. Now, what you see here is it has income, all the salary and the money you make. So let's look at April, right? In April, they made $19,000. But look at expenses. Remember, in the beginning, I told you the difference between a bill or expense. Now, look at expenses. Taxes paid. They're going to write that off. Businesses, they're going to write that off. Automobile, food, groceries, healthcare, household. They got household on there. Interest fee and fees. Remember, bank fees, insurance, rent, utilities. They got all of that under the expense category. So now when you look at April, and you look at the expense category, they had $31,000 in expenses in April, but they had $19,000 in profit, which left them $12,000 in the negative. See, that's a tax strategy. It's not that they broke, it's that they don't have no money to give the IRS because they in the negative. Now, let me show you what it looks like. To have a tax strategy, one, you need expense tracking software. This is what I use. I use TaxBot. Why? Because I can put it on autopilot and it tracks all my mileage, all my movements. It even got something called Smart Match, which means that whenever I charge something to my bank account or my debit cards, it tracks the expense. Then when I take a picture of the receipt, it connects them automatically. IRS publication 587, business use of your home. You got to know how you're writing off your taxes. What are you saying? I'm saying I have business use of my home. Home-based business owners get 475 tax deductions. That's more than what regular business owners get because regular business owners can only write off their business, the brick and mortar spot. But when you utilize the home-based business strategy, you get to write off everything in your lifestyle. Pay your children. IRS publication 15 for all of those who got an accountant or somebody to do your taxes that ain't showed you how to pay your children. I will fire them. Why? Look what the IRS says. Publication 15, screenshot it. I'm going to leave it up there so you can see it, write it down. Go look it up yourself. You can pay your children and write it off on your taxes. Now, here we go. 4 things that's needed for a tax strategy. Let's rock. A qualified tax strategist, Brother Bernard. I'll help you out. I'm going to recommend myself. Set up a plan. What's the plan? I recommend using the home-based business strategy. Know the rules. What's the rules? IRS publication 587 and publication 15. That's all I need right there. Document everything. I use TaxBot. Guess what's going to happen? Home-based business tax strategy can save you from $200 to $600 a month. Now think about that, right? Most times you'd be short $100, $200. That's what you'd be short. You'd be short a phone bill. You'd be short a cable bill, or your friends be short a bill, right? And they need to borrow it. They got it right there. It's just you giving it to Uncle Sam. Now, check this out. Follow me on this, right? On the left-hand side, I want you to think about that's you of today. Your job, you work, you tax, you spend. So now you're going to make $50,000, right? How much of that $50,000 you think is taxable? The whole 50. Why? Because you work, you taxed. So you made $50,000. Now you taxed on $50,000 at a 30% tax rate. Now you're going to spend $15,000 in taxes. You're going to bring home $35,000. But guess what's getting ready to happen though? Now you got to pay your yearly bills. Your yearly bills come up to $42,660, right? Guess what? You $7,000 in the negative. You know why? I'm going to tell you why. Because when you went to book that car from that shiesty car dealership guy, and he told you, I'm going to hook you up. We're going to do it off the top number, not the bottom number. Yeah, he brought you down and got you that car based off $50,000. But you only really bring home $35,000. He started you off in the hole. He started you off in the red. When you went and bought that house, you bought that house based off the $50,000, not the $35,000. You started off in the red. You started off behind the ball. See? Now, this was going to happen though. We're going to go to the right side. That's you tomorrow. Now, here's what's going to happen. You're going to make $50,000. But guess what? You just like Brother Bernard, the personal success strategist, here to help you achieve success in your personal and professional life through proven historical strategies. And I'm getting ready to give you one. Now, you're going to take $50,000, right? Your mortgage is $1,000. You're going to use 25% of your house for business purposes, right? $250 a month is a tax write-off, $3,000 a year. Now, utilities is equal to the amount of space of the house that you're writing off. So you're writing off 25%. I'm at 45% of my house. But you're writing off 25% of your home space. You're going to use write off 25% of utilities. Now, you're going to add all that up, 100% of your cell phone. Now, you can't normally write off 100% of your cell phone if you got one cell phone. But here's what I did. I paid for MagicJack because MagicJack can give you a landline through the internet and an app that you download on your phone to give you cell phone. So now I write off 100% of my cell phone because I paid for MagicJack one time for 5-10 years. So now I write off 100% of my cell phones because my cell phones are strictly business. So the IRS says, well, how your cell phone strictly business? We know you got to have some personal time sometime. Yeah, I just used the MagicJack line. See, there you go. That was free. Internet, 100% of my internet is business purposes. Why? Because I ain't looking at no porn. Nope. My children, I pay my children $1,000 a month, $12,000 a year. At the year, I give them a $6,000 bonus. I like round numbers. Now, I'm spending all that money because that's the rule, right? Now, check this out. Bam. My business expenses is $43,860. The same expenses that you had yesterday. But guess what? That leaves me with $6,140 left over, but I ain't done. Thanks to POTUS DT45, Donald Trump, you're going to get a 20% business tax deduction, which is going to break your money down to $4,912, which at a 10% tax bracket, because now you under 10, now you under 19,000. Once you get under 19,000, you're going to be at no sound. Wait, is that one person that can't hear me? That's everybody. Somebody let me know if they can hear me. Somebody put something in the chat if they can hear me. So nobody can't hear me? Okay, Jamal, you can hear me. So Don, something must be wrong with your phone. You got to get rid of that Obama phone, Don. You know he out the office. Get a Trump phone. All right, so here we go. So now you had a 10%. You had a 10% tax rate, right? And now your taxable amount of income is $491. This is what a tax strategy do. What's going to ultimately give you in the end $4,420 a year, $368 a month. And it's the same $50,000. Do you see what a tax strategy? I need y'all to look at this. I mean, look at this. With the same $50,000, you just brought home an extra $4,000 a year with a tax strategy. Take a picture of it, screenshot it, write it down. I don't care what you do, but I need you to get this and understand this. This ain't no game. You gotta use these tax strategies. It's legal. We got 27 people on here. Y'all got it. 4 just dropped right on off. They ain't even see the rest of the information. But you got to use these tax strategies. You losing your money. $4 extra $1,000 a year? Come on. And it's legal. Now look at this. This is the product that I use to get me in $1 million house. I use what's called a Financial Edge membership. Now, I found a CPA online, $200 to $500, right? Credit repair was $50 to $90. Debt counseling, $50 to start it up, and $40 to $60 a month. A financial advisor, $100 to $500. See, I wanted to build me a financial team of experts. I met with a millionaire and he said, Bernard, you need a team of experts. If you don't have a team of experts backing you, you can't keep trying to do it yourself and Jimmy rigging everything. Because that's what I was doing. I was Jimmy rigging my financial freedom. We didn't use Jimmy rigging. We used the other word, if you know what I mean. Now, Legal Shield. I tried to get that, but I needed an expensive package. I was using QuickBooks to track my expenses. I was trying to track my personal and all my small business expenses, and I had to pay almost $400 a year for it. Now, each of these you must have to build wealth, but you don't make no money when you buy these products. That was $760 a month. Let's think about this. So now, when I got a Financial Edge membership, I got Money Max, which gave me unlimited access to CPAs, Credit Max, unlimited access to experts, Equity Max, which helped me to eliminate my debt in 0 time. Wealth Max is how I built my generational wealth blueprint. I used this legal self-help myself to write my leases. They got pre-written forms to help you write your leases and wills out. So now you can protect your legacy and your businesses. Then I use TaxBot to track all my expenses, and it classified me as a home-based business, which I use for a tax strategy. But check this out. 80% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. 80% of Americans are overpaying their taxes. 90% of Americans are buried in debt. You know what that means? That means 9 out of 10 people you know are buried in debt. That means 9 out of 10 people you know are overpaying the tax. It really could mean 7, because you could be the 8th. Now, have you ever played the game called Have You Ever and Would You Like? This is the game I created, so I know you ain't played it. So, you know, it was just fun just saying it. So here you go. Have you ever recommended somebody a barbershop? For all the guys that got hair, like I realized I was a hater when I saw a guy with some hair and waves and he walked past me, and I felt some kind of way. Then I realized, like, you know, you got some hate in you, man. You can't do that because I'm bald, right? But have you ever recommended a barbershop to somebody? Ladies, have you ever recommended a hair salon to somebody? A friend, a sister? Have you ever recommended a restaurant, like a nice place to go eat? Or a clothing store where you went shopping at? What about a shoe store? You got some nice kicks, some Jordans or some red bottoms at a discount sale, and you recommended, you told the person where to go do all that stuff at, but didn't get paid for the recommendations. How many people got paid for recommending a barbershop or a hair salon? The barbershop be like, hey, look, I appreciate you sending some customers my way. You know, we're going to give you a couple of free cuts. Everybody had recommended something at one point in their life, but didn't get paid. That's why it's called Have You Ever? Have you ever recommended something and didn't get no money? Now, would you like to get paid for recommending and helping others? Imagine if you got paid for recommending tax strategies, credit restoration, debt elimination, generational wealth plans, family banking, APR accounts, and land banking strategies. Imagine all you had to do was recommend a tax reduction strategy, and you got paid for that. Here you go, right here, the Financial Edge membership. Everything a person needs to succeed. Every time you recommend that to somebody, you can make money. That's how I got my first office. I meant to tell you, I got an office space now, right? I ain't filming there yet, but I got it because I recommend these products to somebody. It made me enough money where I could rent me a space and it's not coming out my pocket. That's how you do it. You don't use your money to take care of new expenses. You use your assets to pay for your liabilities. A new office space was going to be a liability until it made me some money. So I use assets to pay for that liability. Now, there's over 150 million Americans who need financial advice. Government employees, family, friends, co-workers, church members, business professionals, classmates. Guess what happens? Every time you recommend that Financial Edge membership to somebody and it helps them to repair their life, you'll get $40. On top of that 40, after you do it 3 times, you can get the Financial Edge membership free, on top of earning a monthly residual of $10 on top of the 40 every time you recommend somebody. So now you're making money. Now it ain't no pyramid scheme. It ain't no pyramid scheme about that. You're getting paid to recommend a product. Just like you recommend a shoe store, you recommend a hair salon, but didn't make no money. Now you recommend credit repair, tax reduction, debt elimination, and generational wealth plans and blueprints, and you're getting paid to recommend it. Why? Because these businesses want to make more money. So in order for them to make more money, they need more people, boots on the ground, to recommend it. And you ain't got to go nowhere to recommend it. The people in your household need it. So now, guess what happens though? If you recommend the business to somebody, you get what's called a daily guarantee. That's $150 a month just for you recommending for 3 people. You just tell 3 people. Now you got $150 residual coming in just for recommending products that people need. It's not a scheme or a scam. Now, when you share the opportunity, if you wanted to build wealth and get serious about it, right? If you recommend it to 3 people in 30 days, you get an automatic $150 off the bat, on top of $150 monthly residual, just for recommending it to 3 people. Now, remember, the rule was 9 out of 10 people is in debt. Then, when you help those 3 people, recommend 3 people, you're going to get a $450 bonus. See, so then you're going to earn $600 a month on top of that. So you know what I did? I just recommended it to 3 people. I took that $150 monthly, I put it to the side, and I helped those 3 people get 3 people. Then I took that $600 and rent me an office space. So now all I do in my office space is help everybody. And I help people get on the road to debt-free and financial freedom with products. You're not going to get products for free out here. Nobody's going to do your credit for free. Nobody's going to help you eliminate debt for free. So now this is what it looks like. This is how I started off. When I helped 3 people, I made $150. Then I helped those 3 help 3 people. I didn't look for 3 more people that I knew. I helped them help 3 people that they knew. I made $600, took that money, rented me an office space. Now in that office space, I call it ground zero. At ground zero, all I do is sit in there and I help other people help other people. And this is what it looks like. All I'm doing is sharing financial strategies with people from behind my computer, from behind my cell phone, and I'm with my babies. My children are playing at my feet. My daughters are doing karate with me in the middle of me doing webinars. I mean, it's beautiful. And you can get all the way up to $30,000 monthly. Now, here's what happens. The income shifting membership costs $228 one time, but $119 a month. Now, don't worry about that $119. Why? Because what happens is when you get 3 people, you're making $150. It offsets it. Now, how is that a pyramid? Because you will pay $119 a month, but you help 3 people, you're gonna earn $150 a month. So your membership is free. You ain't gotta do nothing else. You ain't gotta sell nothing. Your membership is free. But then at that point, if you want to make more money, you can keep on going. Now, check this out. For the business, $228 one time, $119 a month. But for the products, $79.99. But here's the difference. Whether you use the product or the business side, right? They both going to do the same thing, help you build generational wealth. It's just going to get you there at a different rate of speed. By me utilizing the business to my advantage, I'm able to build wealth because all I'm doing is helping people, and I love it. I was a ditch digger. I climbed power line poles. I got electrocuted. I fell off a pole. Now all I got to do is wear a suit, look good, and help other people fix their finances and get on the road to financial freedom. Now, here's what happens when you join the team. You get Brother Bernard. I'm a business strategist and success coach. That means I help you strategically start, build, and grow businesses on any level. No matter what kind of business you want to do, I give you a strategy for it. Next, I got my mentor, the financial health mentor, H. Cortez. Now, H. Cortez, he is the master of branding and marketing and content creation. That's where I learned. See, now you want to start making money offline. When you can make money off YouTube and Facebook, that's when you got residual, they call back of the head money. Money coming in while you sleep. Warren Buffett said, if you can't make money while you sleep, you will work till you die. Then my top mentor, Brian M. Beam. He's the coach, trainer, the mentor to millions. Now, he is the 7-figure framework creator. Now, when you got a team of people behind you, success is assured. That's what I mean by having a team of experts. Now, everybody on our team, we give out value over here. We give out $300 restaurant certificates, $300 hotel incentive cards, and we give out $900 resort vouchers. So because you want to change your life, change your financial status, we reward you for that. Why? Because value. Money goes where the value is the largest. When you give value to people, you will attract more people, you will build more wealth, and you will gain more financial freedom. So now, what if you got the Facebook group, personalized training, 20 days of emails on what to do, how to build wealth, a personalized video intro, personalized Facebook header. Both of those are my daughter's business. My daughter do video intros and Facebook video headers, and she charged $200 to $197 to do both. Everybody on my team gets it for free. Funnel scripts and the hotel, the restaurant, and the vacation. All of that, which adds up to $3,288 in value, because money is attracted to where the most value is given. You got to give value to your team members, your customers, and your clients. No shortchanging here. Money don't like stinginess. I told you that in the beginning. Poverty and scarcity-minded people, they repel wealth. Now, you get the power of 3. You get all of this and the power of 3. Now, if all of this was to help you legally lower your taxes, where you're going to save between $24,000 to $72,000 a year, would $228 be worth it? If it increased your credit score and got you a better interest rate, would it be worth it? If it eliminated all your debt, would $228 be worth it? If it helped you set up a family bank, would it be worth it? Help you set up a generational blueprint, would it be worth it? If it helped you build a personalized financial freedom plan, would it be worth it? You got to think about it. We spend $228. We spend more than that on the iPhone, and it ain't building no generational wealth. I ain't seen the iPhone lower nobody taxes, because ain't nobody writing it off on their taxes. I ain't seen the iPhone increase your credit score. You might look at your credit score, but you ain't increase it. I ain't see the iPhone eliminate your debt. I ain't see Apple help you build a family bank. So we spend $700, $800, $900 on the newest iPhone, but we want to invest $228 in ourselves. That's foolishness. Now, working people don't get wealthy, and wealthy people don't work. You can never work your way to wealth. Just ask the 131.39 million full-time employees in the United States. Now, here's the top 4 excuses people give, right, not to join. This is going to make you laugh. Number 1, it's not legal to write off your bills and pay your children. Yes, it is. IRS publication 587 and 15. It costs too much. Well, hey, I tell you what, you prove to me where you can get access to CPAs, unlimited access to CPAs, expense tracking software, credit repair, debt elimination, and wealth building strategies for less than this, I personally will pay for it for you. Now, if you can show me where you can get all of that for less than this, I will personally pay for it for you and join with you. See, I'm a businessman. I'm not emotionally attached to nothing like this. See, I teach martial arts and I teach business. And the one thing I teach you in martial arts and business, that in business and war, there's no place for feelings and emotions. Why? Because sometimes you got to do business with people you don't like, and sometimes you got to go to war with people you love. Now, I don't have the money. That's the number one reason why you got to join, because your current financial situation ain't working. Let me tell you how crazy this is. If you in 2020 and you don't got access to $500 to blow, you are in trouble. You need to be with a team of experts. You need to be like LeBron and jump ship. And what if it don't work? If it don't work, you get a 30-day money back guarantee. Plus, you get to keep all the cool gifts and bonuses. You can't do that with an iPhone. I don't even know if they give you a 30-day money back guarantee, but you definitely can't keep it. If you decide to return, you're going to give it back. And you're going to pay that $50 restock fee. So now, what other excuses is there? You will never achieve financial freedom as long as you're a slave to debt. And I can honestly say that because I'm debt free. So now, if you need more information on legalized tax strategies to lower your taxes, to start a business, debt elimination, build investment income, or increase your credit score, or generational wealth plans, text Root 4 to 910-506-8504, or get back with the person who shared this with you. Just talk to them. Just ask some questions. Text me and I'll talk to you. If you need to see what I personally did, I will show you. But don't walk away and not take it, what they call it, a gander. Not take a gander. You got to think about your family's freedom. And I'm going to say one more thing. Think about 5 people you know that work, hardworking people. And let me ask you this. If they stop working today, will they have enough money where their grandchildren would never have to work? If your answer is no, then that means hard work don't pay off. I'm out. I'm going to be here for a while because I don't know how to stop this thing. This is a new software. All right, we still got some people on here. Man, I want to thank everybody for jumping on. I really appreciate it. We had some strong numbers. We had some real good numbers. We had a lot of people that stuck around and that was here. You know, I see a lot of family. I see a lot of friends, a lot of people, and I'm proud of everybody for just getting on here, just wanting to see what this is about and just hear. So I hope that everybody takes some of this information and really utilize it. I'm telling you, talking to a man that went to prison at 15 for 12 and a half years, and I'm debt free. I had dyslexia. I ate mayonnaise sandwich, syrup sandwiches, sugar milk. I mean, I don't think you understand how it feels to be able to have enough credit cards where if I ever hit rock bottom, me and my family can live for 3 years off credit cards. I even got a rooms to go credit card, like $8,000 on it. I can furnish a whole house. You got to put yourself in a good position financially. So if you just have any questions, all I want you to do is just text. If you got my personal number, call me. Matter of fact, here, I'm going to give you another number in case you... They go another number for you. So now you got 2 of my personal numbers where you can get in touch with me and I'll help you put together some strategies so you can achieve financial freedom. I really hope to hear from everybody. If somebody shared this with you, get back with the person who shared this with you and let's build wealth because I'm taking control of my finances.